Hey guys.
My name is Julian Powell.
My name is Amaya Chow.
Evelyn Cortez.
And today we're going to be discussing and interviewing people on our book, Language Awareness, Chapter 12, Ethics of Lying.
White lies.
And fraud.
When you hear the word fraud, what comes to mind?
I guess like a lie, like you're saying like white lies and stuff, like, deception.
Deception? Okay.
Like dishonesty, like lying.
Dishonesty? Okay, so you think fraud is like, some form of lying or dishonesty?
Somebody that's dishonest about who they are.
Dishonest with who they are?
Yeah.
Okay, so like an untruthful person maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
Like fake.
Like fake?
Yeah.
What do you hear?
I feel like fake or just like bad.
So when you hear the word fraud, what comes to mind?
I think impersonating others or trying to put yourself off as, someone that you're not.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. So like a facade in a way, or someone who's like giving a fake face who they really are.
Yeah.
Do you think small acts of dishonesty, like exaggerating on a resume, counts as fraud? Why or why not?
Yeah, because you're like posing as someone that you're not, so it makes you like less qualified for something, even though.
Yeah, I agree. I would say it counts as fraud, but sometimes you got to do that to get the job.
Okay. So do you think it depends on the job or depends on the person maybe?
Or even just like the little like lie or dishonesty that you put like on your resume, it could benefit you in a way that they don't know it's fraud anyways. So.
Okay, I see.
Well, I don't know. I feel like on a resume, no, unless it's like a really important job. But I feel like fast food and stuff, like it's not that serious.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Yeah. So like more serious careers, you're saying?
Yeah, that would be. But
Like it depends on for what job is it,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So like kind of like for majors, like higher quality jobs, you say, but like cheap jobs like McDonald's and all that.
Yeah,
Not so much.
like doctors, like
Yeah.
you can't lie,
No, yeah,
You
because they take like an oath and stuff.
Yes, I think it will. I don't know if it's like fraud in the legal terms. I'm not a lawyer by any means, but it definitely is definitely dishonest for sure. Definitely dishonest. I'd say dishonest. I don't know about fraud.
How important is your honesty in relationships on a scale from 1 to 10?
With 10 being like important?
Yeah.
I would say it's pretty important, so a 10.
10.
10. Can you guys give an explanation for that?
Trust builds comfort, and if I can't trust you, then I can't have a relationship with you.
No, yeah, same. If you're not honest, I don't think I can trust you, and that just might not make the relationship work.
You need trust as a foundation.
How important is lying as a means of getting along in society?
I think there's like white lies that sometimes are okay, but overall, like, for society to function, you need to be able to be honest with people.
I mean, if you're gonna lie in society, people are not gonna trust you, especially when it gets out there. Like she said, white lies are kind of good to a certain extent.
Sometimes.
Obviously, if you're trying to like send out a message, you don't want to be so blunt about it, but you don't want to sugarcoat it too much. So it's like a 50-50 on what you're lying about.
I think it is sort of important. I think that everyone would hate each other if we all told each other the truth, like 24/7. So definitely just keeping your peace, as long as you're not lying about how much you like the person, and you're building a fake relationship, then I think everything should be fine.
Who are you most likely to lie to, strangers or people that you're close to?
I think it's easier to lie to people, just because maybe you don't want to hurt them or something, or you feel like it's better if they don't know the truth. But I think for me, I would say to strangers, I wouldn't really care as much if I would lie to them.
People close to me. I don't really have a reason to lie to a stranger.
Okay. Yeah, people close to me, just because strangers, I'm most likely never going to interact with them again, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say you're lying right now?
No. I have no reason to lie.
My answer is like a low-key red flag. It's like, sometimes like it's low-key fun.
Say it.
It's fun sometimes to lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it gives you like a thrill, maybe. So like, how would you say it? Some pros for that.
For
You said you
lying?
like it, yeah.
Because it's like, why are you going to believe me? Like, it's like, if you really believe me, like, I can lie. Like, oh my God, it sounds so bad, but like, I want to see like how much I can get away with.
No, I feel it, yeah. So kind of like to, a stranger to someone or,
Yeah, like, to strangers I lie all the time. They're like, oh, what's your major? I'm like, oh, fucking communications.
Probably just strangers, because you never see them again. They don't know anything about you. You won't get in trouble, especially if it's like a one-off. Like, oh, how old are you?
Yeah.
You could just be like 20, and then just go away.
Yeah. Just go away, yeah.
If you can recall, at what age do you think you told your first lie?
I don't remember, but maybe like early elementary. I think I was trying to get some candy from my mom, but I didn't want her to see. And I think she already knew. But she asked who was getting the candy, and I told her it was my older brother.
I don't even remember. Probably as young as I can remember.
Do you know a reason for it, or why you would lie at such a young age?
To not get in trouble.
Probably, yeah. Probably like maybe elementary school. Probably did something I wasn't supposed to, and I lied to get out of it.
Do you think lying makes a person more intelligent?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay, why?
Mostly, if you're intelligent, I would say that you wouldn't have to lie.
Oh, you would do the right thing?
Yeah, there wouldn't be a reason to lie.
Yeah.
Lying? No. I think it takes more intelligence, to be honest.
Right.
Probably. I mean, you really have to think out your lies when you're gonna do it, because when you're lying about something to different people, a lot of people are gonna catch on to it. So if you're not smart about it, it could probably really get back to you, and not in the best way possible.
There's also different forms of intelligence. Because I think in that term she is right, but I think like emotional intelligence, you would be honest more.
Have you ever told a white lie to protect someone's feelings? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've had. The most recent white lie that I've probably told to protect someone's feelings. I told my, is he my boyfriend? Yeah, my boyfriend that me and my friends were going out to eat when we went out to a frat party. And because like our relationship was kind of new. And so I figured he would probably be somebody like, oh, I don't want you to go. You don't know what's going to happen or whatever. But yeah, I did that to protect his feelings. Of course, it ended up being pointless because he saw my location. But yeah, so. Huh? Dude, I just, after he was like, so you went out to a frat party? I was like, oh, okay, all bets are off now. I'll just post it. I guess that ended up hurting him more. So that's not a great example now that I think about it. But I mean, the intention was there, but I guess the truth would have been more advantageous in that situation. I told my sister that I didn't drink at that party, and she never figured out the truth. So I guess that's a better example.
How would you define a lie, and do you believe all lies are inherently unethical? Why or why not?
I would define a lie as some sort of untruth, and I would argue that includes lies by omission, by like leaving out details. But no, I don't think all lies are inherently evil or bad. I think that they might be necessary in certain situations.
And which situations would you say like are necessary for like lying? Or what justifies lying in different scenarios?
Certain lies to maybe keep the peace. Like, I work with kids, so I lie and say things like Santa Claus is real. I lie and say things like Santa Claus is real. I lie and say the Easter Bunny is real, the Tooth Fairy. And those are white lies, I would say. Like, those are like things that we know are objectively untrue, but we allow our children to believe in them for their, I don't know, just for them to have a little fun. There's nothing wrong with believing in Santa Claus. Some people believe that you should tell them the truth and tell them Santa isn't real, but I'm like, I don't know. I think that's a white lie that I would categorize as a good lie.
Yeah, to like have them grow up and like find out the truth from themselves.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily find out the truth for themselves. My mom did it gracefully. She kind of just gave me and my sister a present, and we said, "Is it from Santa?" And she had signed the card, and we and my sister were like, "Oh, okay, Santa Claus must not be real."
Have you ever seen or experienced fraud in the everyday life? Like at school, online, when you're hooping?
When I play basketball, yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot of fraud?
Yeah. If you're not good, stay off the court, please.
Exactly.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
So like, if you're in, you're doing schoolwork and then you see someone lie on their exam, but they get away with it. Do you see that's some sort of fraud? Do you see that in your everyday life somehow, or online texting someone, at your guys' jobs?
yeah, I think so. Well, like, in my job, like, there's this one thing where we had, like, scammers. They would come in and then, like, use, like, fake cards or whatever. So, like, basically. But we would still get the money. I don't know how, but... yeah, that was, like, a situation that I had.
Okay. What about you?
Like for us, maybe like on campus, a lot of people that use like AI now. I guess that can be like fraud because that's not their work, so they're stealing. Like I guess the AI's work. I guess
So somewhat more like plagiarism.
Yeah.
I mean, the people I surround myself with, and I think we're pretty good. School-wise, you kind of get, people that are using ChatGPT or whatever to, do assignments and things like that. So, I don't know if that would be considered fraud, but I'd say if that would be one of them, I'd say, yeah. Like more school stuff or, trying to push one over or things like that, bend some rules, just to get an assignment done quicker, get your 250-word discussion post done quicker. I think it kind of happens, right?
They just kind of do it, just to get out the way,
right?
Instead of actually taking the time,
and
it doesn't really show their true work ethic.
For sure.
Have you ever experienced fraud in your everyday life? At school, work, personal relationships.
Yes, personal relationships for sure.
Can you give me an example?
Okay, so the many examples. I had a relationship with a boy, and he just couldn't be honest with me about like how he felt regarding an argument. I always don't want to go into details, but he lied to me, and then later on found out that he was lying, which could have made it easier for me to leave if I knew then instead of now.
So pretty dishonest.
Yeah.
Basically, like the same thing. It's just like dishonesty within arguments.
Okay, so they'll tell you that they're going to be at one place maybe, but then you catch them somewhere else, or someone caught them somewhere else, or something like that. Or say they're not who you think you were. They when you first met them, kind of like say, oh, they do this, but in reality they're this kind of person.
Yeah.
So then why do you think people commit fraud even when they know it's wrong?
It's easy. It's the easy way out, I guess. Even though they could suffer the consequences, but if they don't get caught, then it's just easy.
So easy to advance, like in their life and all that. I see. What about you?
I just think it's easier for them, and like if it's like test scores, like they'll get a better test grade and they'll pass the class. So yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
So basically, when people are at their lowest, they just need to do the best they can to get away, but even though it's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So in certain situations, like you said, cheap jobs, not as good jobs, it's okay and it's not okay, right?
I think people commit fraud even though it's wrong because sometimes it benefits them as a person. And so maybe it's wrong for them to like lie on a resume or lie to someone else, but it might help them. And it could help their future, or it can just help them in the situation that they're in so that they aren't like getting in trouble or whatever.
Like achievements or like aspirations. I think it probably people cheat, to get ahead, or you try to pretend like there's something to get ahead, or try to relate to someone to get something else. So probably to get ahead.
Okay. And do you think it's okay in certain situations to say like people are in desperate need of it to get ahead in life, or do you think it's no matter what it's still like unethical? It's
definitely unethical. I would still say it's definitely unethical no matter what. You hear those like dilemmas every day. It's like, would you want someone you're shoplifting, right? Is that wrong? But if they really needed like deodorant, for example, right? Is that a basic right? You can have those debates all day, but I think, the fraud wise, if you're dishonest and if you're being a dishonest person or you're trying to, show you're someone that you're not, I think then it's definitely wrong.
Definitely, yeah.
It could just be their situation it just depends on the situation. Like if it's a financial need or, dang, that's a counterpoint. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, it just depends.
So you think only in certain situations it's okay and all that? Or at least it's if it's necessary for the person?
I guess.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah.
I see. So depending on the situation, if the person feels like that, then they should fraud and some other things that shouldn't be in a way?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Just like in basketball? You see that in the courts?
Kinda, yeah. Kinda.
All right. This is pro baller
Tyden Davis.
See him on the courts, at the rec well. You'll see him hooping. All right, thank you, man.
Well, thank you for joining our interview.
No problem. Y'all seem like a fun group.
Well, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you very
thank you.
much.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your time. That was all.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. What was your name again?
Anastasia.
Anastasia, that's right. Theater major.
Yeah.
All right, that's right. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure interviewing with you.
Melanie.
Deandra.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you for your time.
Crystal.
And Sandy.
All right. This is it. Thanks for your interview. Thank you, guys.
So we've reached the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing the students here at CSUSB what they thought about lying and their perspective and everything. Don't let me catch you lying. Thank you.